Hi everybody, Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fragrant Bunker. You guys, we're in a special room today. It's my birthday. As I'm filming this video, the day you're going to be seeing this video, my birthday would have passed probably by then. But just letting you guys know, it's a special day for me. And on a special day, I usually connect my birthday with Chanel No. 5, the Extrait. And in my pouch, I have my favorite iteration and version of Chanel No. 5. And that would be the Parfum in 7.5 ml spray refillable little container. You can see down here, they kind of list it. So this little metal, lacquered metal container, which used to be plastic back in the days, but now it's covered in lacquered metal. Love it. It's empty. And just like clockwork, I emptied it right before my birthday. And today's my birthday. And I have to wear my Chanel No. 5 Extrait for my birthday. So it is always a very, very special occasion for me when I do the switcheroo of taking the empty one out and putting the new one in. And I always commemorate and celebrate the unboxing of a new Chanel No. 5 Extrait vial, 7.5 ml. There you go, a little spray refill by shooting a video. I commemorate it by shooting a video. Now, dust here. Before we get to it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today, gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob, all spelled together there as well for extra perks. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week on my main superdacob channel, so go follow me there to join us while we're filming these videos together. Hello to my co-chatters who are here with me on my birthday. Thank you guys so much for being with me. So this is, Terry says in the chat, classic fragrance for a classic guy. Thank you guys so much. And yes, first and foremost, let me tell you, listen, Linda, let's hold them all together like this. This is a fun little moment. First of all, to me, perfume knows no gender, period. Okay? That's the first thing I gotta say. The perfume knows no gender. Second thing I gotta say is that it also knows no age. And I think people are often confused when they are confronted with Chanel No. 5 thinking it's a grandma perfume. No, you could not be more far away from the truth. This is an abstraction of a fragrance. It is the embodiment of sophistication high a gazillion, especially in the 1921 released Extrait concentration. So what we're going to do now is going to unbox it. Thumb up the video if you're enjoying it and subscribe. So we're going to, this is such a special occasion. We're going to peel this off. We'll stickle it. Always a ritual for me. Always very symbolic and special to unbox a new perfume. Love it. Look at this. It's still, they're not going cheap on us there yet. Chanel, how long is it going to take you before you stop printing these gorgeous little paper? I love these little papers inside that describe how to refill your little perfume, as if we wouldn't know how to refill it, but whatever. I still love how the aesthetics of this little card, how they kind of describe, look, like take your lid off. Step 1. Step 2. There's number 2. Pull out the vial. Step 3. Put in the new full vial. Step 4. Put back the lid on. Like, this is really idiot-proof. A description, you know what I'm saying? But this is the back of it. And there you go. Lovely. And nobody really shows you this stuff online, really. Nobody unboxes these extraits. They're getting quite rare, and I do not want Chanel to discontinue it, so I always keep raising awareness about them. The batch code that I'm opening today from my stock of backups is 6301. So it is a couple of years old. You know, we are now already, we've done the 7, 8, 9. We're up to 0 again. These numbers repeat every 8 or 9 years. So now Chanel is manufacturing the 0 batch code again. So this one is a couple of years old. I love a slightly aged Chanel No. 5. So I'm totally fine with the, especially with the Extrait or the Eau de Parfum. Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. a brand new vial of the, let me just align it perfectly, a brand new vial of the number 5 Parfum in its 7.5 ml spray vial. The batch code 6301 is etched at the top right here, as you can see. There it is, and it's the same number as there it is, right there, as we have on the cardboard box it came in. So Chanel is telling us to put it in like this. And the lid. And we have it. We did it. Oh my gosh. And now I'm going to spray it. We're giving birth to this new vial of Chanel number 5. So symbolic to me. You know how much I love this perfume and how much I love Chanel fragrances. And on the chest as well. Oh. Oh man, it knocks me out every single time. And you know, ever since we spoke about the Extrait of Chanel number 5, we've spoken about it in many videos of mine. And we've added different layers of the history of Chanel number 5. With every video I shoot dedicated to Chanel number 5 Extrait, I add a little bit more of its history to it. Or, you know, between two videos, I learned more about it. It's an endless, really, journey. There's always something new to learn about Chanel number 5. So one of my recent videos about the Extrait, we realized, right? We learned that Ernest Beaux allegedly, well, everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. That he allegedly, you know, created Chanel number 5 before meeting Coco, before she gave him instructions how she wanted what to smell like, blah, blah, blah. So Ernest Beaux was in Russia, First World War, in the trenches, believe it or not, in the snow. And he was fighting there. Well, he was stationed there. He wasn't really kind of front line battling. He was alone a lot. And he was already a perfumer. And so legend wants it, or myth wants it, or some of the perfume historians recall interviews with Ernest Beaux saying that he developed the idea of Chanel number 5 while he was in Russia, in the war, in the snow, thinking about how snow smells. That's Chanel number 5, the Extrait. Once you know this, I get chills, and you smell Chanel number 5 Parfum, you can never unsee the image of a snowy, cold, crisp landscape in the middle of nature. While nature is asleep, it's peaceful. For those of you who have lived in areas where there is snow eventually, at least some time of year, you probably know the type of sound connected to a snowy landscape. And this is the point I want to touch base on today's unboxing. Now, I know my birthday is on the 30th of June every year, so it's the middle of summer, the beginning of summer. But nevertheless, even though it's summer, I'm dressed in white. It's very snowy, kind of in my mind. And usually my birthday makes me feel some type of way. I get all gloomy, and my birthday, yes, I celebrate it for sure, but it also makes me feel a little bit sad, nostalgic. There are a lot of things go through your mind, you know, during your birthday. And so a snowy landscape is kind of just a perfect vision of where I am right now, like soul-wise. And so this perfume doesn't only smell of snow, but, and this is what I want to touch base on, it's the sound. And the sound is incredible. The way snow absorbs any acoustics surrounding the area is incredible. It's something you've never heard that way ever before. Walking through the forest or just a field that has been covered in fresh snow, there's no other sound like it in the world. It's a very specific, subdued sound, absorbed sound, no echoes. All you hear is that as you're kind of stepping through the snow, and that's it. It's the sound of frost. It's the sound of cocooning, which is it's a paradox because snow is cold. You usually associate snow with winter, with frost, with kind of wearing very warm clothes and being exposed to the elements and being cold. And yet the sound that we hear with snow is of a cocooning situation. It's warm. The sound that snow creates by absorbing echoes gives you the illusion of being in a warm cocoon, safe, almost like an Eskimo would have an igloo. Well, that's made out of ice, mostly, but we're talking snow, not ice. Ice has a different sound, but you're making kind of your little cocoon out of snow, and you're warm inside of it, even though it's cold. And that is the beautiful juxtaposition that we have here. The cacophony, darling, oh, those fancy words that you have inside this fragrance. Cold and warm all together. The aldehydes are very cleverly and shrewdly placed in the extrait of Chanel No. 5 because they create the symphony of almost crystal ice daggers. They're so perfectly formed. The stalactites and stalagmites, those are done in caves, but you can envision them made out of ice as they crisply fall into the snow and perforate it. That's the aldehyde that creates this almost dangerous diamond cut type of crystalline icy vibe to this snow. But then at the same time, the jasmine starts kind of vibrating through that snow and giving warmth surrounded by this cold. Jasmine needs warm weather, extremely warm weather to grow. So it's impossible to have a jasmine growing in the snow. Well, Ernest Beaux created that illusion. He made it possible to envision a field of jasmine flowers growing in the snow. It's impossible to see that in nature. And yet, when you wear Chanel No. 5, you can envision it vividly, clearly. And since the jasmine flower, well, the leaves are green, but the petals and the flower is white, it mimics, it camouflages itself inside the snow. So you almost don't see the jasmine flower inside of the snow, but it's there because you're smelling it. And it warms up the landscape just a smidge to create that illusion of cocooning inside of cold. And that's that's the secret that gives me the energy within Chanel No. 5 Extrait to kind of, it boosts my energy. You know, I always say when I wear Chanel No. 5, I feel like I can conquer the world. Everything is possible. It makes me feel on point, awake, crisp, focused, laser sharply focused, but also very human and warm at the same time. Like I can do anything when I wear Chanel No. 5. Truly, that's how beautiful this is. And that's the magic of that cold snow and ice mixed with the jasmine flowers. It's just incredible. And then, of course, the ilang ilang kicks in, the patchouli kicks in. I mean, originally, Chanel No. 5 Extrait used to have over 186 ingredients, and the Vadheimers came in and told Coco, hey, let's do a deal. Your perfume has a lot of ingredients, and a lot of these ingredients depend on the harvests and how the weather is every year. And your perfume has become quite popular, and you want to keep on distributing it worldwide. But the quality and the amount of ingredients you're using inside of it right now do make it very difficult for this perfume to be distributed on such a vast scale and to keep growing its distribution. So we offer you a deal. We're going to lower the amount of ingredients from 186 to around about 88 or 87. It's still going to smell amazing. Really? Interesting. But you will be able to distribute it on a vaster scale. We're also going to have to change the bottle design because the bottle that you designed for it that resembled an alcohol flask in very thin glass inside of a metal container, very delicate and brittle, might break during transport. We're going to design a new flacon that's going to be a bit more robust for transportation so you could ship it across the seas and facilitate its distribution. She said yes. And the rest is history. Because there have been issues, of course. They had their legal battles. By the way, she was never a collaborator of the Germans. For those of you who believe that she was, you've read the wrong book. Okay, so I have on my main Super Dacob channel a list of a video with a list of 5 books to read on Coco Chanel to find out the truth. The book called Sleeping with the Enemy by Hal Vaughn, which was released in 2011, that claims that she was collaborating with the Germans, for lack of a better word that begins with an N letter, which we cannot say on YouTube. It has been debunked. You see, Hal Vaughn wanted to publish the book before 2014 and 2016. Ask yourselves why. Well, because Hal Vaughn had certain documents that were declassified from the French and the British government in 2011, but not all of them. Hal Vaughn knew, in my opinion, that the final documents that were going to be declassified were going to be on Coco Chanel, were going to be declassified in 2014 and 2016. So Hal Vaughn had the option to wait and not publish the book, Sleeping with the Enemy, before all of the documents were declassified. And instead, what did Hal Vaughn do? Let's make a sensationalistic book. Let's publish it before all the documents have been declassified so that we can kind of point at our point that she was a collaborator and a traitor and blah, blah, blah. Who's going to prove us otherwise? All the documents have not been declassified yet. Sneaky, isn't it? How some people are hungry for money, so much so that they would walk over dead bodies to get to their money. So the book Sleeping with the Enemy was published in 2011, just a few years before the final documents have been declassified on Coco Chanel, which prove her innocence. Did Hal Vaughn make an apology? Did Hal Vaughn make an addendum? Did Hal Vaughn republish the book Sleeping with the Enemy with an added chapter after 2016 to say, oh, by the way, the documents that I didn't have in hand when I published this disgusting book in 2011, now I have the documents after 2016, so let me errata corrige this moment and let me apologize to Coco. You think that happened? No. But instead, what did we get? We got a bunch of Oompa Loompas on the social medias, lemmings that don't have a brain of their own, don't have an ounce of IQ left in them to read and figure out by themselves what actually went down. No, they didn't even read Hal Vaughn's book. They just heard some other Oompa Loompa on the internet say something. They take it at face value, copy and paste, and just like that, we went viral. Yet again, here we are, throwing another self-made woman under the bus. Because trust you me, if Coco Chanel were a man, nobody would be daring to speak about her the way they are speaking about her now because she's a woman. This is another one of those instances in history where we haven't learned a thing from our mistakes. It's still the women that are always accused. The victims are always being blamed. Whoever is the one who suffered, whoever perpetrated upon you, well, they get away with it. Oh, the woman got SA'd. She was begging for it. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe she shouldn't have worn that makeup that day. Maybe she shouldn't have worn the tight pants or the short skirt that day. She was looking for trouble. She was asking for... I'm like, hold on a minute. Can you stop blaming women every single time? It's not cool. Chanel is just one. Coco Chanel and her story is just one example of millions of examples that happen every day. Of victims, mostly women, being blamed for what happened to them. This has to stop. This perfume, to me, also represents that crystalline icicle that every time I spray this perfume, I throw it at those people who keep blaming the victims. This is a weapon of choice, and it's a powerful one. Thank you guys so much for watching. We have yet another chapter in this wonderful book that I'm writing, video by video, on Chanel No. 5. I hope you've enjoyed my unboxing on my birthday. Oh, this perfume smells so divine, and the aldehydes and also the indoles and the jasmine indoles, the poopiness of it is also so divine. IYKYK. Love you loads. Subscribe to my channel. Thumb up this video if you've enjoyed it. And until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Bye, guys.